Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yann LeCun.
Okay, well, first I want to thank Max for showing some of my tweets. I won't have to mention of that. Okay, so first of all, we are still very far from having human-level AI. The current technology is very limited. We have systems that can pass the bar exam, but any 10-year-old kid can learn to clear up the dinner table and fill up the dishwasher in minutes. Convincing them to do it is a different story. Any 17-year-old can learn to drive a car in about 20 hours of training. We still don't have domestic robots. We still don't have self-driving cars, at least level 5 self-driving cars. So we still have some basic, major things to progress to make to reach machines that can reach human-level AI. We're missing something big. There are immediate risks to AI, but those risks are not new. There are things like, is AI going to be able to generate a lot of misinformation or convince people to do bad things or give information to people that they shouldn't have? We already have the internet. We already have social networks. We already have countermeasures against things like disinformation and hate speech and things like that. And by the way, all of those countermeasures make massive use of AI. AI, for those problems, is the solution. It's not the problem. So now, is there a basic design for AI that will make it safe, steerable? Now, if we extrapolate the capabilities of current AI systems, I would agree that we might be worried about the fact that they may do bad things and be non-controllable. So most of you probably have played with autoregressive LLM, ChatGPT, etc. And you know that they confabulate things. They make up facts that don't exist. They can't really reason. They don't plan. They don't really understand the reality of the world because they are purely trained on text, and most of human knowledge has nothing to do with text or with language, for that matter. So if you believe that future AI systems are based on the same blueprint, I think you're entitled to believe that they might be dangerous. And my prediction is that within 5 years, we're not going to be using those things anymore. Next slide, please. So what I'm proposing is something called objective-driven AI. So this is a type of AI whose behavior is controlled by a set of objectives. So those AI systems cannot produce an output unless it satisfies a number of constraints, safety constraints, for example, and objectives that measure whether the system sort of answers the question they're being asked or accomplish the task they want to do. Those systems are controllable. They can be made safe as long as we implement the safety objectives. And the surprising thing is that they will have emotions. They will have empathy. They will have all the things that we require entities in the world to have if we want them to behave properly. So I do not believe that we can achieve anything close to human-level intelligence without endowing AI systems with this kind of emotions, similar to human emotions. This will be the way to control them. Now, one set of emotions that we can hardwire into them is subservience, the fact that they will be out of service. So imagine a future 10, 20 years from now, perhaps, every one of us would be interacting with the digital world through an AI assistant. This AI assistant would be our best digital friend, if you want. It will help us in our daily lives. This would be like having a staff of people who might be smarter than us. And that's great. Working with a bunch of people who are smarter than you is the best thing you can ever do. People, right? So if that's the case, we would want those AI systems to be transparent and open. Kind of like Wikipedia, if you want. We trust Wikipedia because the content is contributed by millions of people who have been vetted, and there is some editing process. And so we have some level of trust in the veracity of the content. It's going to have to be the same for AI systems. The way they learn about the world, because they're going to be the repository of all human knowledge, will have to be crowdsourced. which means they're going to have to be open source. And if we are afraid that they are a danger to humanity, they cannot be open source. So we're on a fork in the road. Are we going to go keep this under lock and key as if it was a weapon? Or are we going to go open? And I really argue for going open because I think AI is going to open sort of a new era for humanity, a new renaissance, a new era of enlightenment, if you want. Everybody will be smarter for it. And being smart is intrinsically good. So I have a positive view, as you can tell. And I think there is a very efficient way or good way of making AI systems safe. It's going to be arduous engineering, just like making turbojets safe. It took decades. And it's hard engineering, but it's doable. Thank you very much.